I felt like a Spanish, like a Puerto Rican in this hair.
Man, welcome to the show tonight. Yep. It's a Memorial Day special.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, my mouth is watering. You know what my mouth is watering right now? We got some tacos that have been slow cooking all day.
Yeah, Cody, man, you done looking like you done pulled something off again. We'll find out here shortly.
I'm excited. So today I'm doing like carnitas are supposed to be cooked in like lard.
Okay.
Like boil it in lard.
That's why it's always greasy and sticking to the roof of your mouth and stuff.
So what I did with them tonight or today, first I cut them up in big cubes.
All right.
And I slow cooked them on the smoker. And after they got to about 160, 170, I pulled them, put them in a pan with some real coat with real sugar in it, not that fake stuff. A little mandarin with real sugar in it too to get some sweetness and that smoky flavor.
The little sample you gave me earlier was good, man. I'm excited.
Oh, it's got a good smoke ring on it.
Yep.
So now it's hitting about 200 degrees. It's about ready to get pulled off, and I don't think I'll overcook it because it's like kind of slow cooker now and a big juice right now. It'll just
get better.
It's gonna get up there. It's gonna be mush, like that good taco mushy meat.
That's all right. It's gonna be good. So, I'm excited.
So tonight, man, we're gonna get into a little bit of fishing. We've had
did a little bit of that,
and then some camping. We're getting some camping stories.
We did a little bit of that too. And
then kind of reflect on some Memorial Day stuff, man. Too many people forget what this weekend's about.
Yeah, it's not just an off day, for sure.
Oh, no, man. Oh, no.
I'll be damned. If you shove it through, we're going to be in trouble.
You know what?
Well, how about this one?
I got this.
No, there you go.
This is like when you go to the bar and it's like, hey, that's all you get right there.
Yep.
This is a cask strength.
That's that stout stuff.
Yeah, Ezra Brooks. Now this one was perfectly made and distilled in Kentucky by Lux Row Distillers out of Bardstown, Kentucky. That's where I went to go visit.
Okay.
Remember that? Did I show you that picture of the distillery? It was right across the road from the hotel.
I think so.
I think that was it. But this one was actually hand selected for. It says Alabama ALBC Yo Mama. That's what it says on it. Yeah. But this one was picked as a limited edition for one of the alcohol stores here in town. I think it was.
That's very cool.
So, but yeah, man, it's we've kind of guys. Life has been busy.
It has, man. Crazy.
We've been a little slow with getting our last few episodes in.
Yeah, we've been slacking.
We're getting right at the end of school. The kids are finishing up school.
Yep.
Last day of school was last week. We had baseball season's really kind of kicking off.
Yep. And I mean, it's not that it doesn't hold a big importance in my life because I really enjoy doing it. But at the same time, it's probably a little more authentic to come back with some new relevant shit than just
same old trying to force it, right?
Yeah, like we actually got a little adventure to talk about today. We actually did something. So that's kind of nice to come back here and not be sitting here scratching our noodles on what the hell we're going to talk about.
And it's, I think we've done a good job. Like the podcast, man. Like once you stop, it's hard to get started again.
Kinda, yeah.
But once you get like past episode 3, that's when they say most people get 3 episodes in and they kind of stop.
Sure.
So we've made those 2 big hurdles.
See that because it does seem to get monotonous and you're worried about this and that. But at the same time, fuck it, here we go. Gone fishing. You actually went fishing not too long ago.
I did.
Prior to me,
and I've got a little aluminum boat. It's a little tracker boat, and I got frustrated on my fishing trip. Usually fishing's relaxing. So the kids were still in school. The wife, she teaches at a college. It was out. So it's like, hey, let's go do something. And she's in between semesters. That's the only time I can really take a vacation. So in between semesters, we go out, you go fish. Every cast, I'm snagging a bush,
you're just out of
a
practice.
branch, a tree. Like I'm trying to hit the bank and reel it in as far as I can.
Yeah.
Man, I was getting aggravated. Like I'm constantly pulling my boat over to the bank and trying to take my line out of something.
It's because we don't do it enough. But I was out of practice too. Like we were flipping up into some slips at this boat dock, and I think I hooked 2 ropes. You know what I mean? On the side of people's boat and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. What are you going to
Because
do?
they kind of floated off, didn't they?
Well, yeah, and I'm just out of practice, where I used to be able to throw pretty consecutive whenever I was, fishing 2 or 3 times a week. So yeah, no, I'm definitely out of practice, and it kind of does make it a little more frustrating. You're not as smooth as you remember being at one point.
So I remember fishing as a kid. It's like I got my old Zebco 65 or whatever. Is that the right number?
33.
33 maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And dude, I would go down there. If I didn't have any bait, I'd steal some cheese or I'd get like a hot dog and I'd go catch me some brim.
Do you know the little white flowers that grow everywhere? I don't know what they are. They're just little weeds. I used to wear bluegill out at my granddad's pond down the road whenever I was a kid and didn't have any bait. You just hook one of those and it was like a jig. Yeah.
I would use a piece of leaf. I would just grab a piece of grass and you put it in the water and all the brim just kind of fly to it.
Yeah. They'll eat spit. I mean, they're stupid. It's not like you're trying to outsmart them.
And so I would catch those, cut them up for little pieces of chunk. Mm-hmm. Then I go catfishing. Man, I love doing some catfishing as a kid.
That's what we did. We used pool noodles like jug fishing this time around.
Now, was that your boys' first time to go out?
Yeah, especially jug fishing. Him and Kendall, they had no idea. Actually, in one of those videos, it's the first one we catch, that little, I think it's 7 pounds and something. She was just blown away. She's like, "Holy shit! This is what we've been like. This is the goal of it. Like, this is ingenuity. You know what I mean? Like,
at first you're just right. These pool noodles, you're at dollar store getting pool
like,
noodles.
Yeah,
and the
I
next
get
minute,
it. Yeah, he's got a hook. He's got some bait, and he's got this pool noodle with some rope. But like, it kind of started dawning on her, I think. And then we pulled one in. So it was nice to share a first experience with them, and then not to mention we caught my personal best.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, he's a big one, 25 pounds.
I have to throw a picture on the video for this one.
Yeah,
like, dude, it was bigger than your 3-year-old.
2-year-old.
But
no doubt it was. Yeah, he was a little longer, just a fuzz bit lighter. But yeah, no, he would have gave Knox a hell of a run for his money on that one.
Dude, that's awesome to see. Because then it's like, dude, like that's what it's about. Like when you pull that in, that
Jaden,
drill.
I think he was freaked out. I don't know. It
kind of scared him.
Culture shock to him. The whole ordeal. It's like
it's not on a tablet. It's in real life.
This ain't warm. This ain't comfortable.
so to put it in perspective, so this has been a really rainy month for our state, county. We've gotten more rain, and we're halfway through the month. We've gotten more rain already this month than on average.
Over half, and I would say it's probably rained. I bet we haven't had
like 10 or 12, 15 inches
had
total.
10 sunny days this month.
It has rained more than it has sunshine, and been great for the garden. I've not had to water the garden, but
wildlife's thriving out here.
Baseball has been rained out a lot.
Yeah.
There's really been no days. Like I do photography, and I've not even got my team's pictures yet, and our season ended last week. We've got one tournament coming up this week.
Yeah, summer's rolling around.
It's done.
Is it going to be a dry ass summer though? Because I hate those, man. I hate those dry, dusty summers.
You could just hear it.
Mm-hmm. Everything just dying around you. Sun's killing it.
But yeah. So y'all were camping in like some weather. Like first time for the wife, and it's like
first
like I'm wondering
camping for the oldest. Also, he had never really been.
So
I'm not going to say we was out in it, but I mean, it was rougher than the living room.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. So on Friday, I went or Saturday morning, I went and picked up the pork for tonight. And in my head, I'm like, y'all are going to come home early. Like, she's going to be in that tent and say, F this.
Yeah.
We're going home. We're going to the Lancaster for some tacos. I almost brewed these up on Saturday.
Oh, no shit. No, man, you lost faith in them?
No, I didn't lose faith in you. I just
kudos to my old lady.
She held it out.
She surprised the hell out of me. There's another video. I don't know if you'll be able to add it, but she actually cut up all the bait for the catfish, which was surprising to me. Jaden started the process, had nothing to do with that. He
didn't like the way it felt.
My man, dude, he ain't he's an outdoor kid when it comes to a ball. If it's got a ball involved in it, man, he's good.
Being on his feet, throwing an activity, but like actually getting in the dirt.
No, man, he ain't about that life, I don't think.
Does it make you feel guilty?
Yeah, man, like, I don't know. It's like it makes me feel guilty because I think the only reason I like it is because that was like one of the only quality times that was offered to me. So it's like to look at him, it's like maybe he didn't get it because I can't necessarily offer that as quality time. But, the time we went dove hunting, man, he didn't. Yeah, I could tell he was miserable. And then it's like we go fishing. He's like, I just don't want no part of this other animal shit.
Because I'm feeling some like self guilt where it's like my kid.
But I love it. And like to me, dude, I needed this weekend so much. Like I was telling you, it was like it rained and stuff, but it was a welcomed. It wasn't perfect. It was almost like being relaxed. It was
baptized in the rain, man.
It's you know what I mean? It's something to do. It's like, well, it's raining. Let's make our, shelter a little better with tarps and stuff. And then, okay, well, we're having a fish fry. Well, let's go fishing and try to catch some, which I don't know. It's just simple. It's simple. It
brought you back to your roots.
It's a simple way of life. And it's like, what do I want to do? Well, I'm bored. All right, well, let's piddle or let's go fish or let's fix something to eat. No, there's not a whole lot to think about whenever you're just out there.
It's simple.
Passing time. Simple. Yep.
Man, I'm kind of jealous because, like, you know what I did this weekend? We sat in the house a lot.
Yeah. And it was a spur of the moment trip for us. I mean, my stepdad and my mom, thank God that they had pretty much everything that we really needed. And
you just kind of showed up.
Pretty much, more or less.
Because that's the hard part, like packing and getting everything ready, having this, having that.
And then it takes a few trips to figure out what don't I have? Yeah, I don't have, need extra propane tanks next time I go or something like that. Because I personally could have went out there. I took a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie, minus the clothes that I had on. And Kendall was like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. So
I've kind of contemplated doing those trips where you like grab a backpack, throw a few cans like beanie weenies and baked beans in there, and you live off what you bring.
Yeah, I mean, like it can get miserable if you let it. Like we was wet, cold. Saturday night we was on the boat chasing those noodles around and stuff, and
with it raining on you too.
With it raining, it started raining about halfway through, and fish quit biting and this and that, and it would have been real easy. And I think Jaden slipped off into that. It's like fucking cold and ready to be home. Just like this.
You're done.
Yeah, he was done. So, but it's like here I am now. I'm almost 30, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, it does suck, but when we do get back home and when we do get to the tent, and you know what I mean, I know it's not going to last forever, so I can put a timeline on mine. He's like, I don't know how long this motherfucker's going to keep me out here. He said, I gave up on this shit 3 hours ago.
So, like when I went outside Saturday night, I think it was either Friday night or Saturday night. One of the two nights I walked out and it was kind of chilly.
Yeah.
Did y'all start Friday or Saturday?
No, Friday evening. Yeah.
So I think it was Friday. I walked outside. I was like, man, this is a little chilly. You know what would be perfect?
It was nice camping. Oh God.
Campfire was like if I was sitting around a fire Friday night.
Nice. And it was not raining Friday night either. So we I'm by this vent. They got the windows in them with the screen mesh. Unzip both of them. Constant little breeze coming through. It was cold whenever you and the wife separated, but it's like when you woke up and you're like, oh shit, I gotta find her. Got the dog find her. Yeah. Find the warm people.
It's amazing what the dog sleeping in between you. Now your oldest son was in his own tent, right?
Yeah. I'm surprised on that now. I gotta give him credit. He did pretty good. You can tell the first night though, second night he didn't have a choice, dude. He was so fucking whooped from being wet and cold and tired. We got in at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock that morning. And so no, he didn't put up much of a fight the second night, but the first night he was just not really throwing a fit, but you could tell he was just like rambling on about shit, just to kind of
out of his comfort zone.
Very much so. Very much so. He is a silk sheet kind of kid.
So the first time I took Lucas camping, he was 2. And I just bought a brand new Jeep, right? Mm-hmm. And then this was back in 2018. He was 2 to 3. He was 3. He was 3. And the new Jeep JL body style just came out. I picked one up. And Light Bright, I don't know if you know who that is or not. So she did a lot of like racing. Okay. And then they got a Jeep, and now they turned into like a Jeep, or like they've got a really badass Jeep. Mm-hmm. But at the time, they were up in Tennessee at a park, like an off-road park that's only like 3 hours away from here. Mm-hmm. And I was like, let's go up there. Well, I had everything I needed to camp, right? Yep. Jugs of water, tents, you name it. I had it ready to load up. I was like all about it. watched a lot of YouTube videos of these guys that go out and they camp in their Jeeps. Like, dude, I wanted that life. Like, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I load up. The Jeep is packed. We drive up to Tennessee, get there, and traveling with little kids, man, it's tough.
You know how spacious those Jeeps are too.
Yes. So we get there. I'm in a factory Jeep. I'm just put that out there. I'm in a factory Jeep. No lift, no mud tires, factory. Not even a Rubicon. It was just a factory sport.
Yeah.
I get there late in the afternoon, late in the day. The sun's about to set. So I pay to get in.
No time to set up.
Well, I just started to drive on the trails, and I was kind of like, these are pretty like stout trails. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't have anybody to I'm not going with a crew to where like somebody could spot me or whatever. Yep. I got my 3-year-old in a brand new Jeep. It's like, I don't know if I'm even wanting to drive around the park.
Don't push my luck.
Yeah. So I said, okay, I'm just going to go back down and I'm going to set up tent. So I go to this campsite. There was nobody there, but there was this big pot sitting over some stuff. I was like, somebody's going to cook something good right here.
Yep.
I parked, I started unloading and set up the tent, got everything ready. Like, I'm feeling good about it. Then all the Jeeps started rolling in as sunset was about to come in. And like there was a Hispanic group that was next to me. That's what the pot was for. And I was in luck, dude. Wow. They made
Worked
some
out nice.
badass tacos that night.
Yeah.
Like the guy that was cooking them, he had a silver and gold plated gun.
Nice.
He had a big ass, one of those like big ass fucking knives. He's just chopping up the meat. Couldn't hardly speak any English.
Sure.
But he's like, fat boy wants some taco.
Yeah.
I was like,
very hospitable too.
Yes.
I bet. Yeah.
Like, dude, they were like some of the best tacos. Like, they were cooking that meat all day.
I bet. Yeah.
And man, like that's
like
experience.
Some of the joys of camping is like, yeah, you can use words like, it's a simple vacation, but I don't necessarily think that probably does any justice. Is like one of the realizations I've had too is because we camped a lot when I was a kid, but it's like, it's simple, but it's not that it's just simple. You have to make your food, and sometimes maybe that requires you starting a fire and finding a stick, and so
you're outside of your normal.
You get those primal rewards of like okay, I'm cold and miserable now. But when I do get in that tent and it is dry, God dang, boy, I sleep good.
It's coming.
You know what I mean? So it goes back to what I've said probably a few times now. Is like it helps just build that appreciation. It's like you don't appreciate having that warm air mattress and that dry tent until you've been out on a boat, fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, freezing and wet.
Then that air mattress and dry blanket sounds good.
Just builds up your appreciation for the shit that you don't think of. I can hit a button and have food, and I can have somebody bring it to my door. Don't have to do anything. But when you're camping, I mean, not necessarily surviving, but it kind of builds that like, oh, well, I did have to, get the fire going and wait on it. It builds patience. It builds all that good stuff.
Definitely. So I took Lucas like that night, it got rough.
Did it rain on y'all too?
No, it got cold.
Oh, okay.
It got into the 30s.
Nice.
I didn't plan for that. We're cold. I didn't have an air mattress. We're on the ground, and the ground will suck the heat out of you quick.
Yeah.
Lucas starts running a fever.
So that's when like camping can turn into a fucking nightmare.
So here I am. I'm in a single man, like a 2-man tent.
Yep.
With a kid that's never went camping before. The wife was working that night, so she was working at the hospital. She was working that night. And,
shit, you hero dad it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was just me and him. First time out in the Jeep, first time camping, first time in this park.
You're having to lug all your stuff plus your balls because you thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. And then dark sets in. We had a great dinner. Everything's working out good. Then we go to bed.
Then it gets
he's
quiet.
Tired. He goes to sleep, but he's running a fever now. I can tell. He acts like, I don't have a thermometer, but I know he's running a fever.
Yeah.
And then I'm annoyed as fuck. Like, I'm so aggravated. You know why?
Generator
everywhere. There was so many there was a Jeep event that weekend. So there's hundreds of Jeeps.
I don't like the generator thing, man. Like, if you need the power, just rent a fucking spot with the power.
Yeah, so there was no power out here. Like, this was a off-road park.
Yeah.
So there's no power. We're all like roughing it on these sites. And so you've got people running generators to generate their little, like, there's
all night.
I was like, a handful of people was sleeping in a tent. I was the one guy sleeping in a tent amongst all these people sleeping in campers and like toy haulers and like there's money out there.
Nice rigs.
Yes. And you got me and my little boy. And there's a handful of people in tents, but like most people were like even some of these little cool like teardrop trailers.
Yeah.
Where it's only enough room to put a bed.
Yep.
And that was it. Yeah. But they're using the generator to run their heater that's attached to it. So all night these generators were running. And by midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, I was like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
I can't sleep. Lucas is getting a fever and I'm freezing.
Yeah.
I pack up, put everything back in the Jeep, and I'll leave at like 1 in the morning.
It sucks.
So like, you know, these guys next door are like sleeping and they wake up and the campsite's empty.
Yeah.
And the gringo left.
Yeah. Yeah. Pussy couldn't make it.
I couldn't.
Yeah. No.
I would have probably made it if I didn't have my little one
and
with
that's
me.
what I was like talking with you about earlier is like, man, I think for $1,000, like, I could set us up with enough stuff to be comfortable.
Yep.
Even in them 30-degree rainy nights and stuff. And once you're invested in it, dude, you can fuck off for 4 days for less than $100 once you've got the equipment to do so, you know?
See, I'm the cooker guy, right? Yeah. So like I'm looking at the Jeeps with like this different types of stove. Like, so I'd had one of those little camp stoves that was like a 2-burner. And I got to where like I didn't like it. I hardly used it. And what I really wanted to get is either a flat top.
Yeah, like a Blackstone, the portable ones. Yeah.
That way I can just cook everything there. But man, I've been watching this one guy, I forgot, Wade's Fishing or something like that.
Okay.
Where he's got me wanting to get like a single burner Coleman stove.
Oh, yeah.
And just a cheap ass skillet. Catch me a brim and cook it. Make a taco with it. Like that's just got me fired up about fishing and going camping right now.
Super fun, man. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so we kind of did touch on the kids with the patience and stuff. Do I think Jaden learned anything on that note? No. But I think if we kept going, it would be forced to learn. You know what I mean? Like, I could see him like, it was raining. He was like, well, I'm just going to get my tent on my tablet. I'm like, no.
You're getting a little quiet. You got to get closer.
My bad. So, you know, it's like, you know, he's like, well, I'm just going to get in here on my tablet. I'm no, it's like 1 o'clock just because it's raining. And shit. Worst case scenario, we set up in a tent and just shoot the shit off it, you know?
Yeah.
And just bounce. Just be present. I think was a real cool thing about the experience is it makes you slow down a little bit. You know, every meal has to be planned. Just
strategically.
Yeah.
Like days in advance because like you can't let it get room temperature if it's meat.
Well, you know, and then like plans change. Fresh. That big catfish we catch, he's dead come morning, so it's all right. We need to be in a hurry to clean him out and
get him on ice.
It was neat, yeah. And I don't know, Jaden's so scared of like getting hurt. It's like he thinks everything's gonna hurt him, right? You know, it's like
because it's all new to him, probably, right?
It's like that first catfish we put up. He's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a catfish. You've ate catfish. You just didn't know what it looked like."
Now it can hurt you.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
See, when I was a kid, I was afraid that their whiskers would shock me.
Oh yeah, you was scared of I think I remember being scared of the whiskers too. But it ain't the whiskers you got to worry about. No. But
is it like I'm trying to think like can they shock you or tingle you?
I think so.
I think somebody told me that, and I've been scared my whole life.
There's a bullhead catfish that has like little things on his forehead that'll prick you. But
those fins, man, those are
they're
barbs.
Just nasty. That's what it is. They're nasty. And, you know, it might prick you, but it's the nasty shit on them that makes it all swelled up.
You just gotta know how to hold it right.
Yep.
So,
but I don't know. Do you have one that you remember that got away fishing? Like
as far as
fishing, like I don't know, line broke, something happened.
So a cool story.
I've got one.
The first time I took Lucas on the boat and we went fishing, we went bass fishing. I've been doing a lot of bass fishing lately, and I think I've not been catching to eat. I've been catching for the fun, the sport.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I had caught a fish, or Lucas had caught a fish, and I was trying to get him to reel it in, and I threw out, and it got caught in my line, and we both had it, and somehow we both lost it.
Damn, that sucks.
So
my pride made me lose my personal best largemouth, and so I got invited to go kayaking with a friend. We was gonna fish Turkey Creek. It runs through Birmingham or parts of it. Long story short is like I've got my 5-year-old, 10-year-old tackle box that's got shit in it that I had when I was in high school. and I go to rig me up this little jig and a little fluke or whatever, and I had a hook, and it was one of them drop shot, like the weighted hooks, and it was rusted, but anyway, my buddy's like, hey man, I got brand new ones. And I was like, no. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your stuff on me. So anyway, less than 30 minutes after, I tie this new thing on, I hook into a fish, and he's peeling a drag. I messing with him, and I end up seeing the side of the shiny part of the largemouth bass that I would have caught in every bit of, 16, 18 inches just of shiny. So maybe 3, 4, 5 pounds. Who knows? But
to you, like that would have been a big fish to pull in. Like,
but I'm still hook,
looking for that big one.
So when it pops and I pull up, our rusty hook had broke. And then the moral of the story is, if you just took a little help from a friend, I'd have had my fucking PB largemouth bass off of Turkey Creek.
So growing up, I didn't know anything about bass. I didn't know how to catch them. Didn't have this stuff for them.
I was always told it was a waste of time.
All I knew, I had a pond in front of the house. That was my cousins. It used to be my great grandfather's. They had all that, and then one of my aunts had kids, and her kids had owned the property at that point in time, right across the road from us. And I love fishing in that. Now, like I feel sad because like I want to take my kid there, but like the cows have taken over. There's like a layer of like green
sludge on the top. Yeah.
So there's the fish of all that. Like we used to feed the fish. Like we'd go down there every night. Like as a kid, I remember going down there and we'd feed it food, like cat food or whatever. Dude, you throw a scoop of food on there, those catfish just churling up the top.
Similar to the pond at my grandparents' mine.
Let's go fish that soon.
We should. The tornadoes fucked it up like bad. Just some reason. So it was either like pressure difference or maybe it blew a chemical in the pond. But
something got in there and it just changed the balance.
And for days and weeks afterwards, like it was nothing to get like a tractor front end loader bucket full of catfish.
Oh wow!
Out of it.
So they were just dying.
It turned over. It just completely turned over.
Man.
Yeah. So like any given day of the week growing up is like, oh, fish fry. It's
because you were constantly going out there and getting fish out of it.
So let's say it's 11 a.m. on a Friday or fucking any day. It's 11 a.m. and somebody's like, man, I would love some fried fish. I could fuck off in 3-4 hours, dig worms, catch a bluegill, use that bluegill to catch 3, and then continue the cycle of and I could have 10 plus 5 pound plus catfish and like
good catfish because I think pond catfish.
Oh, and
tastes
but we
better
fed them so like my grandmother,
cats.
she was on a cane pretty much my entire life. She would walk out on that dock and just like. And then the fucking water starts boiling. But, since
they fed them a lot, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, man, dog food. She'd walk out there with a scoop, every couple of days, every day.
See, like we share a memory right there. Like that's a memory that I cherish. Yeah. Like I really do cherish that. And,
I loved it.
And
like the jug fishing, I used to use 2-liter or 16-ounce Mountain Dew bottles and shit.
So you're too young for the 3-liter then, huh?
Yeah. No, Fago's got the 3-liter. So, but no, I'd throw these bottles out and I make my own jugs and I swim them down. So like, our camping trip was the first time I actually got to do it on a boat. Yeah. So, a lot of first.
See, boats are new for me. Like I've had a boat for about 3 years. I've only been out a handful of times. Kids have made it tough. But growing up, I didn't have a boat. I didn't have friends with boats. I didn't know family with boats. Boating is new to me. And so this is all an experience. Like I don't even have an expensive boat. Yeah. I've got a very
and it
affordable
the
boat.
Way that you fish too.
I think my equipment costs half the boat value right now.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
But it does make it like I'm struggling right now is like I'm investing in a new fish finder, right? Or not fish finder, a new trolling motor. Because every time I go out, especially on some of these like Smith Lake, like the wake and the wind.
Yeah, you got to fight it.
Yeah, and it's like if I get too close to the bank, I have to I'm having to spend more time focusing on like how to navigate the water because I'm still learning.
Sure.
And like if I brought Lucas, like I can't just walk back there and help him because I got to stay on the front
about where you're at. Yeah,
because the boat will move. So I'm really looking for like a spot lock, or I could actually program the boat to go on a path. I think this one allows it like where you say, hey, I want to stay in 10 foot of water, and it will take the 10 foot depth all the way around the bank.
That's cool.
So
That's
like,
very cool.
See, like there's certain things that to me, I'm spending more on it than I probably should, but I think it's going to allow me to be
more universal.
And I'm not gonna like sometimes like, hey, I break my line.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I've got to sit
minutes.
there. I need 5 minutes. But what happens in 5 minutes? The boat gets taken away.
Yeah, no doubt. And not you just the peace of mind of it too.
But yeah, so I don't know. I tell you what, man, you got me so excited about wanting to take. My wife does not like the outdoors.
Yeah, no, Kendall rated it 8.5 out of 10. I was so shocked.
Here's the plus side. It rained and a cold front came through in the middle of June or May.
Yep.
Fast forward 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to be 80 degrees at night.
Yeah, it's going to be
humid.
rough. Yeah.
And she's going to be like, my titties are sweating.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. So Kendall did almost have a moment. The second night we was there, I mean, we came in from fishing. We were wet, cold. She'd been chafing, and like the blanket we're laying on was kind of wool, kind of. Anyway, she's like, I'm about to have a fucking moment. And I'm like, dude, just go to sleep. All we got to do, one more night, and we're leaving tomorrow. So I don't know. I think the exhaustion helped.
I can't wait to go camp. I want to go camp with you guys because like I feel like me and you are gonna go in our childhood memories.
Yeah,
we're gonna make it. Beanie weenies is all we get. It's all we get. We're gonna catch some fish if we catch them. That's the scary part.
Or we're gonna take some with us like we did this time, so we can guarantee some fish. Yeah,
we'll run up to the top of the river or something to get some. But no, I think I want to go rough it. I've got stuff to rough it. You got the stuff to rough it.
Even if we just go with just boys.
2 weeks from now? Can we make it in 2 weeks?
I don't know. Maybe.
I bought some equipment to hopefully power this. This is my goal.
Yeah.
I want to power this.
Do a Roughing It podcast.
In the wilderness.
Yeah. So Kendall kind of did a little bit of a vlog. We'll try to get it to you at some point, maybe. But I think it turned out pretty good.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's a good dude, I'm so excited for what y'all got to go through and see.
It was fun.
And that's where I go back earlier to ask you, like, do you feel guilty? I do feel guilty.
Yeah.
I don't feel like my kids, like, you can tell the kids who run out without their shoes on outside and those who don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Knox and Jade. Yeah.
Now, you picture my kids running outside. Kinley, maybe. Lucas. He's me.
Sure. Yeah.
You take my shoes off, I ain't walking on the gravel.
Yeah, no, I can't do gravel no more. Yeah,
but some kids, like your kid, can just he can go
run through it.
Yeah. He can go full sprint across the rocks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can tell.
I used to could.
So you can tell who has and hasn't been outside. That's probably the easiest way to say. Like, I've got some cousins. Mm-hmm. They're like feral hogs, or it's like.
Yeah.
I hope they don't hear that.
So like Knox, we joked about it, is like he's the one you can send off and he'll come back with a squirrel.
Yeah. They play outside barefooted.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's about it.
It's like I went over to my they were living with my dad at the time, and I went over there and there's fucking like possums or like something living outside. And it's like, yeah, look, here they are. And like they're out there like moving wood and all the shit my sister had piled up.
Yeah.
And it's like they're chasing them down. I was like, something caught my eye. I think there's some rabbits. We got tons of rabbits.
Oh,
but
hey, that's something else
we're gonna have to cook them up.
Yeah, put them on smoker.
But we were running around outside, and it's like they're out there barefooted digging through stuff, and I'm over here like I'm worried about snakes. They're over here chasing the possums or armadillos. I think there was a family of armadillos. Like, it's just like I can tell a night and day difference about me, how I've raised my kid who's sheltered versus the ones that are just like outdoors.
Yeah. Cody, I got to piss, bud. Let's take an intermission and we'll come back.
Try it. It's pump. There. Here we go. How about don't put your hand there. It's going to carry your hand.
Do not put your hand in his mouth, Mr. David.
Just hold him still. I can get him by the gills. Hook him, get him by the gills. Go in there. I got it. Woo. God, dog, boy. That's a big.
Oh, that's so big. What are we going to do with that big ass fish? Oh, I can't put this on YouTube, I can't.
So anyway,
And we're back.
feeling a little better, huh?
Much better.
All right, so so I feel like I haven't done my kids justice on taking them outside. Like it's been about 2 or 3 years I took Lucas camping. Now, when I went camping, I love playing with RC cars. I haven't touched them in like a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
But like going out to the park at the lake and being able to like camp, wake up in the morning, like to me, waking up in the morning,
That's the best time.
that's my favorite time.
Same.
I wake up earlier when I'm camping than I do when I'm at home. Now, I normally never sleep past 7:30.
Yeah, I was 5:30 both days. Yeah.
But when you go camping, you wake up right as the day breaks. For some reason, I always wake up when the day breaks.
It's natural light, dude. That's what we were meant to do.
And you'll get outside the tent. There's a little bit of smoke coming off the fire. Like it's there's no flames.
Yep.
But if you throw some stuff on it, it'll catch back.
Yep. Work with it a little bit.
I have memories in Gunnersville where we'd camp out, and in the morning time, the deer. You'll see the deer walking around the park because they're looking for whatever you've dropped and left for them.
Sure.
And then that's my favorite time to enjoy coffee.
Yes.
I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Yeah, me either.
But I love a coffee on
Black
a cold
coffee.
morning.
Yeah. It's nice.
And everybody, and
It's really nice.
And everybody's asleep.
Yeah.
There's no generators.
Yep.
The animals are waking up. There's a connection to nature there.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like I want to call it religious, but like that's where I feel the closest to God.
100%. Yeah.
You
I
wake
can relate
up
to that too.
and you feel blessed.
Yeah. It's like you woke, you survived the night.
You were
the
given
squirrel's getting up doing his thing. You're getting up doing your thing. The fish are getting up doing everything. It's that hippie shit. It's that hippie shit. Everything's one, and we're all making it through. Yeah.
But now that I've got into boating, my favorite time to be on a boat is when you first get in the water. There's steam coming off the water. You're sitting there, and the water is like glass.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's like you're blessed. You know what I mean? Like this is, if I was to have to say what makes you feel religious, that's the closest thing to being blessed and feeling close to a God. You know, like I believe in God. You know, I'm not going to get into religious stuff right now, but like that's the closest thing I feel to being.
Well, it's like you're fulfilled,
Yeah.
That's your purpose. You're out there. What do I need to? Well, I'm hungry, so let me work towards that. And it's the little goals.
Even though I've got like a gas station sausage biscuit in my hand on the boat, but still, it's like that is the most. You're out there. Now I fucking hate wakeboarders.
Yeah. Well, it's the primal thing too. It's like, it's like, why do you get excited to catch a fish?
You're out there with several people. You know, usually it's amazing how many people get up to go fish.
Yeah.
And the fish bite good in the morning.
Yep.
But
everybody's sharing the common goal. It's like being at a good concert. Everybody's here enjoying the same thing.
It's church on water. That's the closest thing I can explain it to. So I've really enjoyed being getting in the fishing world more. Yeah. I grew up, like I said, fishing across my house, across the road. I love fishing in the summertime.
Same.
As I've become an adult, I've quit fishing up until the last few years.
Same.
And when I was in the Marines, I spent a little bit of time in the intercoastal waterway. Mm-hmm. I couldn't catch anything, but I call it a what is it called? Dude, I honestly thought I was gonna have to call like National Geographic. Because
was it saltwater or fresh
salt
water?
It was coming in like the bay. So I'm on the East Coast. I caught this shell. I brought it in, and I remember going back to like third grade, thinking about like your science book where you have like evolution and all that stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And there's this. It looks like a horseshoe crab. It's a horseshoe crab.
Yeah. So it's like a stingray.
I thought I caught like a dinosaur.
Yeah, it looks like a dinosaur.
I thought I had a huge fish. When I reeled it in, it turned out to be a horseshoe crab. And I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Then you don't even know what to fucking do with
it. It put up a huge. Now we're using like reels that are like this big. Like I'm like they're like 10-foot poles. Like I'm probably exaggerating, but like that had a huge fight to it.
Sure.
And
I've always been told that saltwater fishing will ruin a freshwater fisherman.
Would it?
Yeah, it's like because everything fights 20 times
it's
harder.
So much different. Yeah. I couldn't imagine fighting a fish for 3 hours. Like you see those guys bringing marlins in and things like that.
I got a real good buddy Trey that went and caught the Goliath groupers. And he was like, I recommend everybody do it once, and I'll never do it again for free.
So I did some snapper fishing. We went to the beach. We did a chartered, me and a couple of the German friends, and we went out and we caught like tons of snapper, right? We got our limit.
Yeah.
But it's like you drop it in your water, and then you got to reel it in.
Yeah.
So like those were like the red snapper was like a quick, it's like, it's almost like catching brim. Maybe it's the brim of the ocean is a good way to put it.
Maybe. Yeah.
But anyway, but then you see these guys deep sea fishing. We weren't deep sea. We were like 12 to 40 foot
shit. Yeah.
Well, like 12 to like 50 foot deep.
Yeah.
So you're reeling in like snapper.
Yeah.
We ate good, but it was anyway. Like we'll have to go do that one day. But in the meantime, it was almost kind of like catching brim because like you put the pole in the water and I caught one.
Yeah.
Except they're like this big.
Fish in a bucket kind of thing.
Yeah. It almost felt like I was cheating.
Yeah.
Especially compared to like trying to bass fish.
And bass fishing, man, dude, I don't know. I enjoy it and it's awesome, but at the same time, it's I'm out there to put the fucking smackdown on them.
You're there to eat.
Yeah, I want to increase my odds and increase my chances.
So, well, one thing I want to talk about, man, we talked a lot about fishing and stuff, and we're hitting our close to our time limit here, but
'tis the season.
We still got about 15 minutes. Today's Memorial Day.
It is.
And
and you're a veteran. What's it mean to you?
Well, see, I've been conflicted because it's like my dad's passed away, and he was a Navy vet. Mm-hmm. But a couple years ago, I went to Arlington, went to the National Cemetery.
I seen your post. Yeah,
you see that video today?
I did. I liked it.
So I showed up. Throw me a little bit in there. I showed up to the cemetery on a whim. I went to go visit for work a supplier. It's weird, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The cork's not in it. It broke in half. I went to fly into DC to go visit a supplier up in Delaware, and I went to go visit a lot of stuff in DC. I've never got to see anything in DC, so it's like a first time for me. Like 2 or 3 years ago. So I was like, "How am I going to go to Arlington?" Yeah, and you don't realize how many tombstones and graves. You don't know how many dead bodies. Like,
yeah, and that's just the ones that made it back.
Yeah. And it's like, dude. And it's so like it's quiet. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. It's like you don't want to talk. Yeah. And I got to see the tomb of the unknown soldier. Yep. Yeah. And just the amount of respect that people show there. And I seen the change of the guard and I was like, that's discipline. Like those guys are like just back and forth all day long.
No. How about the dude that was like the hurricanes blowing in and he refused to leave his post?
Yeah, and it's like, but when you actually see, and this is just one cemetery, there's tons of cemeteries where veterans are at. But when you start looking over here and you see hills and rolling hills of little white
bodies,
tombstone, it's like, dang, dude, a lot of people have died for what we take for granted.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure.
When I was serving, I didn't lose anyone close during the time I was in that in my unit. I did lose a friend, Corporal Adam Fales. I say friend, we weren't like tight buddies, but he kicked my ass on the football field. And he
name sticks out to you, huh?
Well, we went to he was a couple years older than me, but I would go to my unit in training. Like I joined the Marines after he did, and when I went, he I remember because I was in training, you couldn't drive a car. So you walked everywhere. And it was like a mile walk to go to class up in, we were in North Carolina at the time. And he's the gate guard. He was a PMO, military police. Yeah. And he's the gate guard. He's like, fucking Lancaster. I was like, dude, what's up? Yeah. And,
it's a good time.
To see a friendly face of someone that, like a year ago, like 2 years ago, like we were in football and like dude could play some football. His brother, Jacob, he actually played college football a little bit and then went in the Marines. But they were hosses, dude. And I was on, all I remember from I would be on the kickoff team, like the receiving team. And he was on the kickoff team. I was on their kickoff receiving team. And he had like a 20-yard sprint. I wanted to lay on the ground. the guy would just give it
He
all
knew
he
was
got.
coming.
Even in
Yeah.
practice,
Yeah.
he would nail me, and lay me out, and laugh about it.
Yeah, and this
You
is
know?
as y'all was enlisted. Y'all had like a football program.
No,
going?
like that was in high school. Like,
Gotcha. Okay, so
we
y'all
were in like
ended up
middle
in the same unit.
Yeah, so like I remember in middle school, I didn't play in high school. I played in middle school, but I remember in middle school, I was like the 6th grade coming into 7th grade.
That's probably a rarity, right?
Yeah.
It's like to go into the military with the same people you grew up
Yeah,
with.
so to go on a base and to see someone that you know, be like, hey, I know this guy. Like me and his little brother went to school. We were in the same age.
Yeah.
It's like I'd be at his house, so I knew him.
Come from the same
I knew his
and-
family, same town.
Sure.
And for him to see a friendly face, like I could see the smile on his face, right? And
What happened to him?
So he wound up getting killed in the Middle East.
Mm.
So he never made it back alive. And so like these are the weekends that it makes you think about like guys like him who, and not just him, his family, right?
Sure.
So like I've seen his family and his friends, like his close friends, like. Would he call me a buddy? Like we'd be drinking buddies. I think if he was still alive, but we'd have some good times together.
Yeah.
But his close friends and his family,
Yeah.
you can feel it. You can see it.
Yeah. There's a void that'll never be filled.
Yeah.
Or filled.
So I went out to his grave with his brother, and
Sure.
I like that. That means a lot to be able to like be asked to go do stuff like that with him,
Mm-hmm.
and to so like when you pour a drink for him, and
Yeah.
like. It's like he'd be here right now if it wasn't for some stupid stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Some rich man sending a poor man to die. Yeah.
So, but but like our country's been here 250 years plus.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Marine Corps is celebrating 250 years this year, and like when you think about 300 years of people dying to get out from under a king's rule, a church's rule, like the ability for me to say what I want to. There's consequences sometimes what you say, but just in general to say like, to see how sour people have become and how negative
Just
things are
ungrateful
coming.
for it, It's like me telling Jaden, like, I don't know, just can't think of a particular time, but I'm thirsty.
They don't see it. They don't understand it.
And I'm like, well, wait. Well, I can't wait. I'm thirsty now. Be thankful that the next time you quench your thirst, it ain't out of a fucking mortar hole.
Yeah, man.
It's like you could be drinking from a fucking puddle that a bomb made and be happy to have it.
And I worry because like so much, like my kids and your kids, they're not spending much time outdoors as we did.
No.
Like every generation is becoming less and less and less of an outdoorsman.
And it's getting hard to teach that too, be just from the time, as Memorial Day is, we remember them, but like, what did they die for? Is
right. So from in your standpoint, like what is Memorial Day always meant to you?
Before it was, typical bullshit. It was an off day, and
just day off work, barbecue a little.
Yeah, I'm appreciative of it, but I don't really show it. And nowadays, it's like I got my real good friend Kane. He's in the Army now, and he by no means, he did a deployment, but long story short, it's like, it really set different with me if he was the one that I was remembering.
Yeah, like
today,
because there's the Veterans Day, which you honor those who have served and still are here.
And, I appreciate everything he did, but and everything he's going to do because he is still active. But it's like, man. It seems pointless. It's like,
the value of what the day is nobody really understands it anymore.
No, it seems pointless. And it's like, man, all those souls that was lost for this thing that seems like it's more forgotten now than
ever. Yeah. So like I grew up in a home where my dad had served.
Yeah.
His dad had served. His dad had great grandfather served. His brothers had served. So my uncles and one of my uncles died.
Is it so I can take my family camping and we can, rent a little spot on the lake and we can do virtually whatever we want.
So I can't speak for them.
Yeah.
But like my dad and his brother was a captain in the Navy. so a captain in the Navy is a higher rank than a captain in the like Army or Marines. Captain in the Navy is like an 06. So he's like right up there about to become a general, right?
Good living.
And so he served his entire life, right? Like from out of high school, he went to college, served the whole time. My dad only did a tour. My other uncle, he was in the Marines. He actually died at a bar fight.
No shit.
His name was John. So my dad was he was a very cocky Marine, and he got in a bar fight and got stabbed. And this is like
the wrong fight.
Yeah, this is Vietnam time, right?
Yeah,
like
sure.
right after Vietnam, right during Vietnam. My dad served right after Vietnam in the Korean War time frame.
Okay.
On a naval vessel. My uncle, he had not the Marine one, but the one that was in the Navy. He had served over the last like 25 years.
Yeah.
So he passed away a couple of years ago, but he had served and did a lot with like the drug stuff going on between like the South and the Gulf and right out in the Pacific type thing.
Yeah. Okay.
In Atlantic, I'm getting those mixed up. Pacific's on the west, right? I'm having a brain fart here. Yeah. Atlantic, Gulf.
Is.
Yeah.
Atlantic's the small one.
Yep. Yeah. So like he did a lot with that, and but he put a lot of time in, and good life. Key West, like cool guy. I wish I would have spent more time with him though.
Sure.
So it's like I had a whole family of male like people who served, right? So I kind of felt like it was a sense of duty. Like, hey, like I want to do this because the Marines sound cool, but I'm gonna be in the men's department. All my family was in the Navy. I wanted to step it up a little bit. I needed it, and it happened. But I don't know. I just felt like a sense of duty. Like it's like as a man, like you pee standing up, you serve in the military. Like that was kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah, and it's like my buddy Kane, and he can contest to this. I think it pissed him off a little bit because similar, his granddad served, dad served. Guy before him and so on and so forth, but and he'll hear this probably, but he not a man of many skills. He had a strong back and pretty strong mind, obviously, but as he used to get pissed off at me is telling him when he used to think about enlisting, I'd tell him, it's a poor man's way out.
Sometimes it is.
And I say that from this standpoint is like my grandfather down the road is he was born dirt floor poor, plowed mules, picked cotton, growing up and this and that. And he had two choices. He could stay and continue to plow mules and pick cotton, or he could join the fucking military and go see something different. So that's a big thing. Is what do you have going for you? Nothing. What's a guaranteed way out if I make it through it? Yeah. Military, you get the benefits, man.
There's a lot of that happening.
Yeah, if you ain't got shit going for you, man, the military's not a bad choice. Just play it smart and you'll be all right.
So I'm about to have a guilt trip right here. I'm gonna make you feel like shit too.
Probably because I should have went into.
No. One of the comments you made, it's got me thinking is. Like every generation seems to think less about what Memorial Day is, right?
Sure.
I haven't taken the time today to explain it to my son.
I haven't either.
Like we're gonna go enjoy some really good tacos here in a little bit, right? Like we had a day off of work to spend with our families, spend with each other, friends and family.
Yeah, let them understand why.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. I've blotched it. I've made a Facebook post. Yay me.
Yeah, we went camping and I was more concerned with like why he can't figure out how to. Yeah, unhook up.
But I've not.
That.
I've taught my son how to play poker this weekend.
Right.
So, but I haven't taught him the sacrifice.
Well, yeah, why you're allowed to understand the rules of this.
Yeah. So I've got a little guilt trip going on myself.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, anywho, man.
No,
I'm gonna say it's about time. I'm gonna change the subject, get it out of the gutter for a little bit, and say it's about time to go get some tacos. Right?
It is, man. It's got to be getting close to it. Are we gonna do the would you rather's?
Well,
let's do 2. I'm gonna do 2 and 4.
All right.
Would you rather forget tent poles on a raining camping trip, or bait on a big fishing weekend?
I'm gonna say the bait because we've already talked about how we can find bait. But being soaking wet all night in a miserable weather,
yeah.
Wouldn't want that.
Hit me before. Haven't read it.
Would you rather catch a legendary fish but not have anyone around to see it, or be outfished by your kid the entire trip?
I've already been outfished by my kid. I'm going to take the legendary one. I can take pictures.
Yep.
Just like we did this weekend.
Hey, enjoy it. Hey,
Yes,
I appreciate all those who have sacrificed for us before us.
Thank you.
And those who will be, man. There's a lot left in this world that we're going to have to fight for as a country, and there's a lot less to sacrifice that we're going to have to sacrifice. Our kids. That's what scares me, man.
Opportunity to do it.
Our kids may be that next sacrifice.
They might.
So this weekend's to them.
Knuck or buck.
So all right, man. I appreciate
Stay classy, boys.
It's taco time.
It is. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.